It's time! Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Stripes. Now who wanna move crossin' on? Stripes. Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. So the beastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Del Altman, joined by my co-host, the guy who's still alive, everybody, the Iceman.
What's up, everybody? I am still alive. I'm taking a break from my kitchen and from family stuff just to come on to support my boy, Dale. That's what friends do.
Yes, because we have a very special guest. Houday Joe ended up with a 103-degree fever today when he woke up. So he was not able to make it, so I had to go to the bullpen with the Iceman to come in and help me interview this absolute legend of a man, Built Bar Machine, Locked on Bengals, got a book coming out, Enter the Jungle. He is none other than James Rapien. I didn't even mention Cincinnati Bengals talk. Like, there's just so many things to mention.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How we doing? Man, I can't
James?
believe he called in sick on the day I'm going to be on. I can't believe that.
Just a little 103-degree fever, you know.
Is that all?
I know. Like, he should have showed up for you, James. I mean, come on. What the hell?
And then Derek's the one always talking shit, you know, but he works nights, so he's not here either. So neither are the normal co-hosts.
He needed his beauty sleep. Huh.
Well, have you seen the Cantini pictures? Beauty sleep. Yeah.
I didn't say it helped, but he just needed his beauty sleep. You know?
Well, James, I know we've tried to have you on for a while. You're a very busy man, so we appreciate that we were finally able to link up and have you on. There's a little thing called like practices and the draft and all that's been going down. So
yeah, I appreciate you having me. The 3:30 start. I'm not going to lie. The 3:30 middle of the week, much better than some of the weekend stuff. So it was easier to fit you in this time.
Yeah. We were just doing weekends. Now we're trying to expand out, and since a couple months before the draft, we started doing a few days a week. So we might just continue that. It seems to work pretty well as long as people are viewing.
Official part of the Brew Crew now?
Oh, of course.
All right,
Why wouldn't he be?
He needs a shirt there.
Yeah, I'll just send you one.
Give him a headband.
But this is your second stint working in Cincinnati. I know you're a Cincinnati guy. You went to UC. But first, I kind of want to talk about in between there when you went to Cleveland and worked. What years was that actually?
The end of the 2019 season. So I left in December of 2018, right before Marvin left. So I missed year one of Zach, and I was there in 2019, and then I came back 3 weeks before Joe Burrow was drafted. So
perfect time.
Smart business decision, I would say, by me, and it's worked out, of course.
Well, and when you went to Cleveland, see, that was kind of where I was going to go with that. I was like, did you get to cover LeBron? Which obviously not. You went there right after
LeBron left.
Yeah, it was bad timing to go to Cleveland and cover the Cavs. That was my primary thing, is covering the Cavs and Indians, now Guardians. And the Indians didn't make the playoffs the first year I was there, and then COVID happened, and the Cavs were obviously in the tank. So it was tough. Plus, I was there for the Freddie Kitchens experience.
Oh God!
So it was a trifecta. I'm not gonna lie, it was a trifecta.
So you ran back to Cincinnati.
I might have known that Joe Burrow was coming. I'm like, you know what, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, and then I let that make the decision. No, it worked out well. I think it was career-wise. You have to make decisions like that, and it led back to Cincinnati at the right time for sure.
Well, we're definitely glad you're back here. That's for sure.
Me too.
So I wanted to also ask, maybe who's a journalist or a couple journalists, that as you were getting started, that really helped you on your journey into this. If there is a couple. There are not too many to name.
There's a ton. Yeah, there are a ton. And so I'm going to leave people out. I think Mo Egger, and it's not just journalists. I came up in the radio game, right? So Mo Egger was a huge help. Yeah. And even before that, I produced. I didn't start as Mo's producer. I had to work my way up to that.
Right,
so,
right.
But yeah, Mo, obviously Lance McAllister, Dave Armbruster, just three guys at iHeart, and there's plenty more, but to not bore you to death. But there were people in Cleveland that helped me a ton. There were people in college that helped me a ton. One of my professors, Michael Perry, I owe a ton to him just for helping shape my mindset coming out of school. I mean, I could go on and on. My first internship was with Artrell Hawkins. I think he helped me a ton.
That's cool.
And so there's a lot of people, you know, up until today where the people that I have working with me bust their tail, and I try to be as good to them as I can and vice versa. So I could go on and on about the current team, whether it's all Bengals or Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Iceman, you want to talk about one of those who we both had on our show, but
Well, Andrew Fox Miller. I mean, how much of an influence has he been on you? I mean, he's
big because yeah, I've known Andrew since before I was in sports, and so we worked together in insurance when I was in college, and when he was he's way older than me. He's like super old.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's
I'm
not.
gonna be the oldest one here, James.
He's not.
Look at him. Look at him as he's in the chat.
Yeah, I figured he might chime in. I texted him I was coming on. So no, I mean he's known me from when I was fresh out of high school. So a lot, whether it's just life or being friends or now
he's
working
watching
together
now.
like we do.
So
I think Fox is the worst, and I hope that he
never get to the real meat of it, James. Let's go.
That's right, and he gets the heck off the channel because he does. No, I mean he just today, for example, he did highlights from yesterday, and it's like 2 minutes, but it's way better than if I tried to piece together.
Oh, dude, trust me, I've had conversation with him. Like, how do you make yours look so cool? Because I can't.
Jeff, and you're too far gone, man. That he can't help you. So. He could try. You are not the technology guy. It's okay. You got a radio voice.
I spell good.
I
don't know. I spell good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't talk to text or anything like that.
But Andrew, I was bringing your name up for a reason. Okay, I was going to ask James if he ever paid off the bet.
Yes,
turning off the mic because I know Andrew's talked about it on both their shows.
We have video proof of it.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I did that. I was so mad at myself that I grabbed the freaking mic. I was so mad looking back at the stupid video that he produced. No, I haven't paid it off, and here's why. Because Andrew wants the glory. He doesn't always get it, but he wants the glory of filming me buying the bottle and making it maybe a video short or something like that, a feature. Much like he did with the mic, the turning off of the mic, which again, I'm kicking myself. It's like stepping out of bounds a yard before the first down or not getting out of bounds with the clock running out. Really frustrated that I'm the one who did that.
Oh, goodness.
I'm still mad about it, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I can tell you're fired up.
It's just one of those things going, what the hell was I doing?
And I don't even care about the bourbon. It's just, the competition part of it is what bothers me.
But maybe you could put a little Taylor Swift, your well-known Swiftie. So that was another question I had. The concert's coming around to Cincinnati soon, right? So are you going to be there front row? Like what do you got going on for the Taylor Swift concert?
I actually called Taylor yesterday. I don't have tickets yet. I talked with her, and I'm hoping she's just busy right now.
Maybe backstage passes.
I'm hoping so. Yeah. So we talked a little bit. I'm hopeful, but as of now, I don't have a ticket, so I might be stuck at home.
Oh my goodness!
Believe that the biggest Swiftie in Cincinnati is going to be stuck at home.
I don't believe that for a second. You bought it as soon as they went on sale.
That was
I didn't get chosen. I didn't win the lottery
at all.
It was a lottery. I do not have a ticket. I tried.
Oh, wow.
I tried. Ticketmaster said no. So I've reached out to Taylor, and no, not Zach, the Taylor Swift, and I'm hoping to land one. We'll see.
All right. Well, Bengals Brewers has a wide net here. I mean, we have thousands, maybe millions of people watching the show right now. Maybe so I'm sure if somebody's out there has an extra ticket, they can hook.
And the tens and tens of people that are.
Honestly, I don't expect anyone but Taylor to hook me up because they're so hard to get.
Well,
and they're worth so much more than face value.
Yeah.
It's tough. So, do I want to pay the crazy markup? I don't know about that. But like I said, I'm hoping Taylor calls me back here soon with a ticket.
Yeah, I really did try to get tickets for my wife and my two daughters to go. And I was in that Ticketmaster line one morning. And then it's like I got in there to where it was like, you're in to get tickets, pick your seats. Oh. And then it was like, okay, I got this. And then it's like, those seats are gone. Pick another seat. Those are gone. And it was like, it happened like three different.
You're like, son of a. Come on, type
and
fast.
then it was over. I mean, it was just like 30 seconds of chaos, and then that was it.
Really?
They
See, I
didn't
never
get
got
anything.
that far.
Yeah.
I never got that's almost worse, I think.
Yeah, I think
Because
it
you
is,
feel
too.
like you got them and then they're gone.
I was like,
never
I'm going to
felt
be
like I had
such
Right
a freaking hero to my kids. You know, they're 17 and 13. They don't care about a lot. My wife barely likes me. I can make all three of them happy with this one move. Failure.
Well,
Shout out to it.
hey, maybe she'll give me 4. And then, I can hook you up with 3 and surprise them. And then,
Yeah.
I get 1. I just need to get in.
And you know how desperate I am. So you're going to be like, man, the markup price for this sucker.
No, hey, if she calls me back and hooks me up with a ticket, I'll just give them to you. Because she's giving them to me. She ain't charging me. She's Taylor Swift. She doesn't need the money. She's good.
All right. Let's do some actual Bengals talk. Probably
Sure.
people were tuning in like, these guys, man, what they do this.
I'm
They even
not
have
there,
James
but
Rapien
Taylor
on,
Swift.
and they can't even focus for a half an hour. They can't do it.
They might be blaming me for talking about Taylor Swift. So
No, I brought it up, so it's on my list of questions. I was gonna. Have you got a chance to talk with most of the rookies? And if so, who seems to be maybe the most confident of the bunch, the most Ocho Cinco like?
Oh, okay. Most Ocho Cinco like. I don't know. I don't think there's really one, right? I think Miles Murphy has a real confidence to him, but I don't know if he's a huge trash talker off the field. That's the part with Chad.
Right.
Is it's not just on it, because I don't really know which guys are going to talk and which ones aren't. Most of them probably do at least a little bit. I would think it would be hard not to when you're all fired up.
It's early when they're just on their first week or so in too.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know. I don't think Chase Brown's going to talk much. And to be like Chad, you either have to be a big hitter or just a game breaker, I guess, to have that type of swag to you where you're talking at that level. I don't know if any of them are going to talk like that, but I think that from a confidence standpoint, they're all super confident. Like, I think Charlie Jones believes he's going to contribute right away and
sizzle, baby.
Be a great punt returner. I think Miles Murphy thinks he's going to contribute right away. Obviously, if your real name is Juan Drago, you're going to contribute right away.
I'm never going to get the Drago either. I'm always going to go with Drago. I'm going to pronounce it Drago, unfortunately, every time.
I know. I got it wrong when I was talking with Ted last week. I had Ted on. The video came out Monday. And I hope he didn't go up to him. He said he was going to go up to him and say Juan Drago, because that's how I thought he pronounced it until I heard DJ say Drago. So I got to get Drago programmed.
Honestly, but if Ted goes up to him and says, hey, Juan Drago, he might go by Drago at that point in the locker room, because
he's
Ted Karras.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ted, sir. And then Ted will crack a joke and it'll be fine. Ted is very approachable.
But I definitely thought DJ might be that kind of guy. I know Cam Taylor-Britt definitely just oozes confidence and things like that.
About Battle? I think Battle, because he impressed the hell out of them in his interview process. I mean, is he bring that onto the field as far as, I mean, he might be the guy that's the most confident, I think, from just hearing interviews you guys have had with him.
I certainly think he's confident. I don't know if he's a big talker. I think that I don't know if Nick Saban puts up with that, right? And has
true.
Right. But I agree. I think he is confident, and because he knows football at a very, very high level and can retain information and learn systems and all of those things. He's a really smart football player. So absolutely. I think a lot of these guys are going to contribute right away. And where the Bengals were drafting and how good of a roster they have, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
And they found a way to find guys that could do that. So
let me do a follow-up to that. I think that by week maybe 6, 7, Battle might be our starting safety over Scott. What do you think?
See, it's Nick Scott's birthday, and you're trying to get me.
It's my daughter's birthday too.
You're trying to get me to slander this man. His first check hasn't even cashed.
It's not slander. It's praise for Battle.
Yeah.
No, I think Scott and Dax are going to be the two starters, but will Battle have a significant role? Probably. I could certainly see that. Now, Lou Anarumo goes with veterans. There's a reason last year Dax wasn't really getting on the field much. And it's not because Dax just stinks or doesn't know football. He was playing corner, outside, nickel corner, and safety for them. So he knew football and knew the system. But it was more about trust and having confidence in the veterans that were on the team. So with a guy like Battle, I think he'll have to earn that. So Ice, to your point, week 6, week 7, could we see more of Battle on defense, and could he continue to earn some snaps? I think so. And last year after they drafted Dax, and I was certainly guilty of it. Oh, 3 safety looks, and Lou's going to use these 3
We
safety
all
looks.
were.
But we just didn't really see that, right? I think you see that this year because there's going to be 3 guys that have different skill sets. Dax can do it all,
right,
and play really anywhere.
And that's the thing.
You have a
They
guy
moved
in
Dax
Scott
around a lot more this year than they did last year.
No doubt. But at safety, right? And not,
Yeah.
In safety looks versus,
Yes.
hey, play outside corner this practice, right? So, and then you have Nick Scott, who I think is going to be that deep safety for a lot. But Dax could do that too. And then Battle, that sort of Von Bell light is how I like to describe him. Because I don't expect him to be Von Bell as a rookie, but I think he can be Von Bell light.
Yeah, you just don't play that many games at Alabama under, once again, Nick Saban. And, in his special team snaps, that's the thing. Salivating was Darren Simmons over this guy that they were able to add him. So I think he's going to really make an impact there. But he may be a guy like Cam Taylor-Britt that they're like, hey, we're going to have to work him midway through the season more and more because he's just that damn good.
Agreed. You mentioned special teams with Darren Simmons. I think that's the unit that got the best in the draft.
Oh,
it took the biggest step forward because all of these guys, even Murphy, is going to be in on special teams. Now, not a lot, but he will. And
Gary.
And you look down the line at these guys, and Charlie Jones should be your starting punt returner. You should have a significant upgrade at punter. You should be able to look at a guy like Battle and say, you're going to man these multiple roles on special teams for us. There's a lot of guys there. Chase Brown will be in the mix on special teams. There's a lot of guys that I think are going to contribute right away. And let's call it like it is. The Bengals were bad on special teams last year by their standards. So that's an area they could certainly improve on.
This guy right here could not stand the punter last year.
Which one?
I'm not going to say I couldn't stand him. The hang time. I said before that Chiefs game, I was like, look, he had the worst hang time in the NFL. There was stuff that was coming out, and I was like, this is a problem. You can't be that much lower than the average punter, especially with hang time. He's just very inconsistent. Like, I'm an Ohio State fan. I loved Chrisman coming out of Ohio State, but on the Bengals, and I feel like that's a reason that he never beat out Huber. He was never consistent enough. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not watching practices, but it would make sense that he's not consistent enough and the hang time's not what they want to see, that Huber on his last legs was still sticking around.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was part of it. And you don't even really have to argue. Huber would have been better in the AFC title game. He might not have kicked it as far, punted it as far, but there would have been more hang time to it. Directionally, it probably wouldn't have been right to Kadarius Toney or Sky Moore, I believe. There's a reason that they drafted a punter, and you certainly hope that this solves the issue and you never have to talk about it. Because guess what you don't want to have to talk about? Punter, kicker, long snapper, and a bunch of other stuff, but certainly those 3.
Now, I haven't been able to make it down to practice or any of the stuff I've been working on my kitchen, but does Robinson have the mustache? That's what I want to know. Does he have the mustache? Is that apparent?
It's a start, right?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. He's got a mustache, but he had a little bit last time I saw him around it too.
Because he had like an epic one with bald head and just.
He's probably saving that, for close to the season to really break out the twirl.
Yeah, he had a little stubble. Yeah, he had a little stubble. He's busy working trying to impress Darren Simmons.
We need the stash by the time the season starts. I mean, that's just epic.
Yeah. That's how I wrote my article for Cincy Jungle. I gave his pick an A+ if he brought the stash back.
Right.
But it was
simple.
A B pick if he didn't.
What about his hang time? See, you're a hang time guy, and you don't.
No, I know. Hang time I knew he was going to bring.
I'm telling Brad Robbins.
And then guess what? He comes back with the stash, James. So I knew what I was doing there.
All right. He wanted that A grade. That's all. That's what it was.
100%.
All from Dale. He was worried about what Dale thought about it.
An A+. I don't really give A+. I give A's. So he got an A+ by bringing the stash back. So who do you have as a player to make a big jump this year? could be second-year guy, could be anybody, really.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm thinking through the roster here. I think Cam Taylor-Britt is a pretty obvious one. Dax Hill would be one as well. You'd look at and say, all right, well, both of those guys could take a leap. The one that I want to see take a leap, and it's tough because he's up. Not that I don't want those guys to, but it's tough. You look at Joseph Osai, and he's constantly having to rehab. Last offseason, I had to rehab. This offseason, having to do that. So I don't even know how fair it is. But, man, if he could take a step.
Dude, he was all in the AFC Championship game, though.
Toward the end of the year, he was coming on.
Yes.
That's what I mean. So if he can continue that, because it looked like he was doing it, and then he gets hurt on that last play, and everyone talks about the last play and the result. Okay, fine.
But look at all
can Osai be that dude? Because if so, you have Hubbard, you have Hendrickson. Both guys have a lot of reasons to. Hubbard's coming off of a career year. Hendrickson is playing for his 2024 contract. I think that's fair to say. And obviously you added Miles Murphy, and I thought Cam Sample played well. So you'd feel pretty darn good about your options.
That's your NASCAR package right there. And that's what I'm excited to see, dude.
Now, my brother Pork Chop here says Zach Carter. And I'm with the Zach Carter because I hope it happens because I feel like we're going to need it because we didn't go get that extra 3 tech. We're going to need him to provide some of that extra pass rush juice. So I'm hoping Zach Carter. And, I mean, we saw flashes here or there, but nothing like that shows, hey, he's going to be the man. But, I mean, he was very productive at Florida, and they moved him all around the line. So maybe him focusing, and Marion Hobby's a great D-line coach. So I'm hoping Zach Carter is one of those guys that make the leap too.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. You know, if he can just take a step and they can find ways to get BJ Hill off the field because he played a ton last year. And just get him off the field and keep him fresher. Hendricks and Hubbard played a ton last year. Those guys are awesome, but you don't want to wear them down. And obviously they played through various injuries. I'll give you one more about taking a step. I think we talk about the offensive line a lot. Is there anyone outside of Joe Burrow that's going to benefit more from having Orlando Brown Jr.?
We hope Volson, right?
Than Cordell Volson. I mean, there's a lot of debate on the internet about this dude.
I don't know why.
He was a 4th rounder that nobody knew.
Right.
And you can pretend like we were talking about him pre-draft. Nobody was talking about him. 4th rounder that nobody knew that won the starting job against a guy that was clearly favored over him. And I thought played pretty well against or alongside a left tackle that was playing hurt all year and had his worst season. So I think he's going to take a step, 1, because of experience, 2, because the guy next to him is that much better. And he's kind of Ted Karras has taken him under his wing a bit. So I think that Cordell Volson is another guy that could take a leap.
And that would be huge because and if Jonah does come back and, you know, just plays average at that right tackle spot and Volson takes a leap, you're looking at a much improved offensive line overall.
You throw it all over the field then. You're throwing it all over. You spread. Charlie Jones is the 4th receiver. You don't need running backs or tight ends. You just spread them out and go. I'm kidding a little bit.
Chuck Sizzle's looking like Ice-T come week 5, you know.
So are you that worried about right tackle? Because I'm not. Me and Dale have had this conversation since we traded for Orlando Brown. That I say, Jenna Williams, I'm sorry, get your butt over. That's a nice way to say, get your butt over to right tackle and learn how to play it. Because he is our best option at right tackle. Unless Jackson Carman comes in and just blows the doors off everybody, which I think will be great. I don't see it happening. Jonah Williams is our best option at right tackle. I mean, I don't see anything. I mean, Dale's like, well, if he doesn't want to play, I'm like,
that's been my whole argument. If he doesn't want to play
choice,
but now that the draft's come and gone, I got to be on board with you because we didn't go get anybody else.
I think this was always the most likely outcome. Was Jonah Williams. He had his feelings hurt. He got demoted. And anyone that's gotten demoted or gotten bad news at work can relate to it.
Right.
And because it's a sport, we get mad at someone for being mad that they got demoted. But that's what this was. Wow. And that doesn't mean that he can't come in and give it his all at right tackle. I think his agent handled it poorly. If he really wanted him to get traded by going public by it. Yeah. I think that was part of it. But looking at it now, they're going to pay him $12.6 million, which is he's highly paid. to play right tackle and to likely start. I would be pretty surprised, assuming he's healthy, which that's the key with Jonah. Go out there, show you could play right tackle, stay healthy, and then look up in 2 out of the past 3 years, you stayed healthy and you played well at left tackle in 2021. And I don't care what anybody says. No one was talking about him being a liability last year prior to the season because he was really good in 21. And then you've played really well at right tackle alongside Alex Kappa. You should be able to do that. If he does that, then he's going to get paid somewhere. Maybe it's here, probably not. Maybe it goes elsewhere, and that's fine. Go elsewhere and get your money. So he has every incentive personally to do so. And then I think that he's, would certainly benefit the Bengals to have him at right tackle as well.
All right, we'll get a couple more questions in. So
Sure.
maybe one being your favorite road city when you combine just food, stadium, travel, because I know that could be a pain in the ass for you guys.
Yeah.
When there's no airports and no direct flights and things like that. Kansas City.
Yeah, well, I was about to mention, man, I like Kansas City, the city, but man, I want to avoid it. I've been very critical of having to get there because these airlines want me to go to Dallas to get to Kansas City, and it takes just as long to fly there as it does to drive. Well, that sucks. I don't want to do that. Anyways, as far as road city goes, I'm trying to think of what my favorite one would be. I like a lot of them. It kind of depends on when. Like, I love Cleveland if you're going in September. Like, I think that's a perfect drive for fans to go. Pittsburgh, if it's September, that one works really well. And there's plenty of bars and restaurants. And I think you can enjoy yourself as going to a road city without having to worry about flights and all of those things. New Orleans was a ton of fun. So if you want to talk about flying now, I think that one makes sense. But the time of year matters a ton. This year, I'm looking forward to going to San Francisco. I've never been to a game there. I've been in San Jose. I've been in San Francisco, but just haven't been able to get to the stadium. So that's one on the list. And then Arizona. I thought I was probably going there in February, had the ticket.
We all thought we were going.
Booked and canceled it that night after the AFC title game. So going to Arizona this time around should be fun as well. And I'm probably missing some in my defense.
I have a question about Kansas City. How cold were you there? Because I was freezing my butt off.
It was the coldest game I've been to. And, leaving the stadium and walking to the car. And you know how it is. Like you park, you have to walk across, it seems like 1,000 parking lots. Yeah. And so there's no cars in the lot. And we still couldn't see our car. It was that far away. So we're walking to the car. It's the coldest I feel like I've ever been because you're just tired and hoping to get to the car and find some food. And it took us a while to find the car. So that wind was tough. One more city that was a lot of fun, Dallas. Naturally, it was a lot of fun as well.
Their stadium too.
Oh, that's the biggest damn stadium I've ever seen in my life.
The stadium's unreal, no doubt. That stadium, the stadium that surprised me. The city didn't, but the stadium, Detroit, last year in 2021. The stadium's really cool. That's a fun venue.
My son still he's went to it for concerts. It's a great stadium.
Yeah,
I said the city sucks, but it's a great stadium.
Now everybody's talking about how Burrow looks.
Yeah.
Does Chase and Higgins look a little thicker, especially like legs, lower body? I say lower body, and people are like, "Oh, no, I'm not talking about their penis. I'm talking about their thighs." And
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I know. I'm talking Twitter.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that both guys look like they're in better shape, and part of it is they're just becoming men. As weird as that sounds, like Jamar was dominating at LSU at 19.
Yeah,
he dominated the NFL at 21. So now he's 23, and he was a freak athlete and super strong then. But I just think he's getting even stronger now, and certainly looks bigger, just as fast or faster. All of those things. I know he's still doing the track work. And T, coming into the league, we saw, all right, he's going to add some weight, some good weight, and be this powerful contested catch, 6'4", long arms, all those things. And I think each and every year you've noticed the difference, and this year is no different. I think both of these guys, man, they're going to be in for big years.
But so Jackpot Joey has went from Jackpot Joey to Jacked Pot Joey. Dude looks ripped, and I'm giving that's a James. Cincy James, he's the one that said it, but dude, he's freaking ripped.
Yeah, he is, and I've seen Burrow, in the locker room plenty, and yesterday it certainly looked different. He's just
don't hesitate to use that in your articles, James.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like, and he had a cutoff on, but you could just see more definition and tone than you've seen before. But it's not like he lost weight. I think he put good weight on,
right,
and is in really good shape. And I asked him because last year I had the same feeling. I'm like, man, he's not rehabbing. He's healthy off season. He looks really good. And I was talking to him about his training, and so yesterday I asked him, are you in better shape this year than you were last year? Because you were in really good, he was in great shape last year pre appendix, and no one really got to see him because of that and what happened there. But no, I think he's in even better shape, looks even more chiseled. And so hopefully that translates, and we know how good he is already. So hopefully he could take another step forward, and why not going into this year after seeing pretty much every defense you could see. I think mentally he's better than he was a few years ago, and certainly physically he's as good as he's ever been.
But I do give you permission to say jackpot Joey. Just to let you know.
He doesn't need your permission, Jeff. But anyways, so it's been half an hour. James, I appreciate your time. You're a very busy man. Enter the Jungle, Cincinnati Bengals book.com. People need to go out and pre-order that now. I think it comes out in September. Is that correct?
That's correct. Joe Burrow on the cover.
Yes.
Throwing to T.
I'm buying it.
That's all you needed was Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you got Burrow. Yeah, I got Burrow on the cover. I'm buying it.
And then tell everybody where they can find you. I think pretty much everybody knows, but all the places you're at.
Allbengals.com, Cincinnati Bengals Talk on YouTube, and the Locked On Bengals podcast. And y'all, before I go, y'all need some Built Bars? Is that what we're?
I thought you were going to interview the Built Bar.
We're stacked here, man. We got them. I mean, we got a puff. We got.
I'm trying to lose weight, James, not put weight on.
It does both. It does. It just depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay.
But if you just need a healthy snack, I got you.
I like it.
I'm just kidding. I tweeted that,
he keeps them things on him. He keeps them on.
You keep the stick by your side. You know.
People call me a promotional machine. James is a promotional machine.
Like John Morant's pulling out his gat, James is pulling out the Built Bar on you. You know? You gotta watch out. All right, James. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Blueberry muffin or birthday cake? What you?
Birthday cake. Birthday cake. Don't do blueberries.
I agree. I appreciate you guys.
See you, James. See you, brother.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep him longer than a half an hour because I told him to come out.
Jackpot. What? Why are you cracking up like
Jackpot Joey? No, I'm just saying, like, it's very interesting.
Jackpot Joey, not
Jackpot.
Not the way your brain is thinking.
No, I wasn't even thinking it that way. I'm just. What are you gonna like? Incorporate a muscle into the logo? Like
maybe you never know. I don't know. We'll see. I do that. We did that on the headbands. Just jacked pot Joey.
So when's that golf tournament coming up?
That is this Sunday.
You haven't been on the radio. You haven't been on your show for 2 weeks to even advertise this. Oh my god! All right.
Sold out, but yeah, it's gonna be at Ashton Oaks. Are you leaving me already?
No, I just figured you could tell us about it.
Oh, it's at Ashton Oaks this Sunday. I'm gonna be there at noon. I'm gonna be there. I thought I was gonna be emceeing. I don't think I'm emceeing. I think Bridget's emceeing. Jackpot Joey, not Burrow. They're gonna be emceeing. Trent Irwin's gonna be there. A couple of our Bengals will be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Beers will be flowing. We're gonna be playing golf. I personally, I'll be
Are you golfing?
I'm not golfing. No, because people want to actually win, so they don't want me on their team. So we will have cornhole there, but I will play in cornhole. You want to play cornhole? I will play in cornhole.
No cornhole, yeah.
But we do have a one of the baskets that you can bid on is from Cincy Hats. It's 3 hats, orange, black, and white, and 2 shirts. The black hat is signed by Teddy Karras. It is in my house right now. It's killing me because I want to keep the autograph one, but I'm not going to. So it'll be in a nice basket that you guys can bid on. We have lots of other stuff that'll be there that you can bid on. And beers will be flowing, golf's will be played.
Now, where's this at again?
Ashton Oaks on the west side of Cincinnati, baby.
See, you act like, I assume a lot of people live near Cincinnati. They might know where the hell that's at. I've never heard of that.
Look up Ashton Oaks, you know where it is. It's awesome.
It's rich people, it sounds like.
No, it's the west side, dude. We ain't rich. We ain't poor, but we ain't rich.
Does Karen live on the west side?
Karen lives on the west side. When you dropped Karen off, you were probably about 10 minutes from Ashton Oaks.
Well, that was very fancy where Karen lived. I peed on his street.
Peed on his street, yes, you did.
I'm sure I'm on a lot of fucking those
probably
cameras, that people have in that area.
Speaking of peeing, that's what I'm going to have to do here. So if you're going to stay on for a little while, I have to go pee or we're going to end this.
I figure we stay on. I'll put the link out here for my boys Greg and Pork Chop and see if they want to hop on. And
I'll be back.
So Gregor, Pork Chop, you guys hop on for a little bit. Tell us how you think the show went. Everybody else, how do you think? I seen your I know when we have guests and we have a limited time, like I do appreciate all the comments. I'm trying to read them. I just can't always get to, or like the questions I like, I've got a list of questions, and then Ice wanted to ask, well, he didn't know, but what's good, Robert, man? I appreciate you always supporting us. All you guys really, Matt, Kevin, both Kevins, seen all kinds of people. Will was in the chat. But yeah, it's the first time getting to interview James. I've never talked to him in my life. I know we've tried to have him on quite a few times. Good dude, busy dude. That's why, I hate, you almost hate to ask these guys sometimes to come on, but it's like, we really love to have you on and get, maybe your knowledge on stuff or how you feel about something, or just get to know you, more on a personal level, because these guys are always just breaking stuff down. Appreciate that, Robert, man. I love doing this show. It definitely gives me, outside of my job, come home, get on here. Same thing, like
short in my monitor.
So Greg is twirling around in the background. Iceman's getting set back up.
Oh, my monitor kicked off again.
Yeah, we can still see you.
Oh, that's great. I can't see nothing.
Yeah, we can see and hear you.
That's good. I would like to see somebody. That would be great.
Now, you've had James on a couple times on your show in the past, right, Iceman?
Yeah. I had him on. It's probably been about a year since I had him on, but James is good.
Busy dude. Well, I mean, he's even busier now, especially
now than he's ever been. He's getting more popular. Well, he's been working his ass off, dude.
Who's listening to us?
I don't know. That was weird. I heard you come
What's
back.
up, guys? What's up, fellas?
Look at Joe Burrow.
I can't see nothing.
Hey,
the monitor's not working.
Pork Chop, we had those headbands first. We know who had the headbands first. Joe Burrow.
Me.
I had headbands because it soaks up sweat, and I cut out sleeves. I got hundreds of them. But now Joe Burrow making it all sexy and shit.
I got some Dale headbands right here.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the best, honestly.
I cut the sleeves off a shirt the other day.
Like that one you have. They're like $20 for one of those headbands. I'm like,
That's
I
right.
like them, but they're expensive. I'm like, if I'm cutting the sleeves out of a shirt, those are free in my opinion. They would go in the trash otherwise.
I'm trying to send this one to Joe Burrow. I'm trying to look for his address.
Oh, I got his address.
Well, I'll send it to him. I'm happy to see that your fucking kitchen's done.
Oh, it ain't done.
What?
No, it's
your
not
kitchen's
done.
not done. You showed up for James fucking Rapien.
I showed up
the kitchen
for
ain't done.
I showed up for Dale.
Oh yeah, Dale. It was for you, Dale.
Dale.
He did.
James Rapien had nothing to do with it.
All right. Well, boys, I'm gonna jump off here because I can't see nothing. My monitor's not working.
Oh,
so.
James Rapien gone. The kitchen got to get done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't. Well, I have family here. I gotta go hang out with them. So I don't even know how to end this thing because I can't even see my freaking.
All right, Jeff. See you, buddy.
Bye, Jeff.
I booted him off.
Oh,
I booted you. There he goes. But yeah, Jason, appreciate that, and that's why we're gonna keep doing them. And Iceman, when his kitchen's done, he'll probably be part of that crew along with Greg and Pork Chop here, where we're just gonna crank out these at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday. When the season starts, we might go up to 4 or 5 days a week. You never know. We're crazy.
bring it on.
So we'll do 3:30 shows, and as long as people keep watching, we'll keep doing them. And then obviously, with Derek and Joe, we still plan on doing a Friday show, at 7 or 8 start time. But that's kind of a schedule. We're actually going to try to be on a schedule we'll see how long that lasts because we've never really, we've kind of had we'll be on a Thursday or Friday or Saturday and we try to put out the schedule ahead, but it'd be nice for everybody, I'm sure, too. Oh, hey, they're going to have a podcast up or they'll have this or that. So we're hoping to actually do that for a change.
It's the Bengals and Brew Network.
So what's up, guys?
What's up, man? I just got up. I woke up at 3:30 to catch the show. Pretty good interview. I liked it.
Yeah, I never know if I'm
did a great job, bud.
If I'm being too much of myself.
You need to be yourself, Dale.
It's like, I try to joke around and make it fun.
Plus, it wouldn't, he's in the locker room. If he wanted to comment on the penises, he could have.
Yeah, I wasn't even talking about.
Right. Penis. I know Juan Drago got to be like a baby's arm. Fucking name like that, man. Your kid comes out with a little thing like this, you don't name him fucking Juan Drago. Am I saying Juan Drago or Drago?
It's not Drago from what he said, but I really haven't nailed it down. I don't know what's going on with Greg. He's having some issues.
I'm good. He switched rooms. He doesn't like us walking through his house. See what the fuck's going on away from the couch to the Bengal room. Say it again, Greg.
I had to check the battery on my phone. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's been the impressions or anything exciting between conferences the last couple of days and on-field workouts? Like, what has you guys most excited? And we'll go Pork Chop, Greg, and then Kevin can answer that one too.
Man, I like watching the videos of those guys in that practice bubble, man. That fucking Chuck Sizzle, man, that motherfucker can make a cut, can he?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be great. I can't wait to see him on the field. And you know me, I think Juan Drago, man, that's the future. Him and the fucking Cam Taylor-Britt out there at the corners. Miles Murphy running his drills. I like watching that. We need to get down there to a practice. That's what we need to do, get down there and see our boys in action.
That's the thing, when they're in that bubble, you can't even see them.
How do you even get in a bubble? You can't get it. When they do the practices, you can't get in the bubble, right?
No, Greg probably could.
He probably could.
All right, Greg, what have you been excited about? I'll be right back.
What I've been excited about, just seeing the awesome videos the media team's been posting. I mean, they just been on fire. That whole basketball thing with T. Higgins. Holy crap, that's awesome to watch. Like, catches that have been made. I mean, the social media team has just been knocking out of the park these days. So that's what I just like seeing,
Hey, you know what I was going to say is not part of that practice thing, but just all those tweets that were going on about T. Higgins' contract and that, and T. Higgins' mother calling him like, hey, did you get a deal done? You'll remember that back when all that was going on, Jeff called T. Higgins' mom to ask him about the contract. And I always just wondered, after she hung up the phone with Jeff, if she called T to ask him.
Yeah, and I do remember that. Like I say, I'm confident everything will work out. I remember watching. You ever seen the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey? Pork Chop.
Yes.
Remember that? Remember when the guys like trying to commit suicide and all that? He's like, "What are you doing out there?" He's like, he's like getting the guitar ready and all that. And he says, "Patience is a virtue," and all that and stuff. So I've always remembered that quote for some reason. So patience is a virtue. I think everything will work out.
The deal is going to get done. I'm telling you, like when you see that interview with Joe Burrow and he's talking about things he wants in his contract.
And did you see Pat McAfee? And like Gronk went on Kay Adams and said, that's what Tom Brady did. Then you see, remember AJ Hawk played for the Packers, played for the Bengals on McAfee's show. He was talking about it. Then Adam Patman Jones was on, who was also on there, said, I have no doubt he won. They won, and he said the Bengals want to get T done. I have no doubt it's going to happen. Like I say,
how do you put that in your contract though, that T and Chase have to get signed also?
I mean,
if he's going to take less money, and then
and the fact that Burrow's involved tells you a lot too. I mean, he says this is a focal point. We need to get these guys signed. I know it's tough, but it's not impossible.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so Burrow's like, well, get T done, and then I'll sign my contract. But next year, How's he put that in his contract to make sure that they get Chase signed next year? How's that work out?
I don't know, Pork Chop. I just think, Burrow, Chase, and Higgins are, all met up and said, look, we need to find a way to make this happen. If the Bengals were that confident that T was not going to be here, look at this. Another two things. They could have traded T, and Duke Tubman said, get your own receiver. And T. Higgins, when he was asked about that, he was like, that shows how much they want me. And another thing, he even said his agent, everybody acts like his agent says, look, you do what you want. And T says, I'm going out there practicing right now. And that's, like I say, all those things, in my opinion, I know some are going to point out, we drafted 2 receivers. Charlie Jones was drafted to replace Tyler Boyd when his contract's up. Yossi Bosch, who you all know I'm a big fan of, we all know he's a work in progress. He's not ready to come in and fill in for T. Higgins if he leaves. If anybody ever says that, like I say, there is no evidence that shows we're ready to move on from T. Higgins. That's what I just see.
I would say this, I'm seeing the videos of Miles Murphy in the practice facility, indoor practice facility, and you're like, ooh, that looks pretty damn cool because he's just so fast, and just the way he does the drills of running through the tackling dummies and the whole bits, and he's fast, and it just adds another fast element to this defense that it could be needed to help out Hendrickson and Hubbard, Wilson, and so much more to help make our defense look bigger. The T. Higgins video that Greg said that was pretty cool as well. That little clip of Joe Burrow just chucking that ball to Jamar Chase with just no effort whatsoever, making it look easy, look pretty cool. I did see the Pat McAfee video today that Greg was talking about. That looked.
It looked. All right, Kevin froze. Good information from Kevin. Loved it. It's good having Kevin on for a little bit.
By the way, I want to say to Kevin, I'm really sorry those Blue Jackets got the 3rd pick in the draft. And I know they were really hoping for the 1st, but I still think they'll get a good player, but I felt bad for them.
Go about maybe another 10 minutes here, see if anybody else wants to hop in. I will let Kevin, I think he might be back. Let Kevin finish his thought, though, real quick.
Okay, so
you froze up on us, Kev.
Yeah, I did. It cut out, but I'm back in. So basically, what I'm trying to say, I do like the Blue Jackets. They're my number 1 team, but I do pay attention a little bit to the Bengals. They're, just below the Blue Jackets. And from what I've seen through social media and a whole bunch of other stuff, it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Getting a little excited, all these years, you go, oh boy, is that offensive line going to be able to protect Joe Burrow? Then you finally get, and then over the years, you finally get help. You get Voldell, of course, and then you get Kappa, you get Brown, and you keep building this up. And it's like, okay, now I feel good about this, that Joe Burrow doesn't have to feel like he has to win the game by himself and doesn't have to worry about getting sacked like 9 times a game. He proved it, the season of the Super Bowl, the offensive line wasn't very good, and but they still made it to the Super Bowl because they proved that if you just give him a chance to throw the ball, he's going to cook. He's going to be great. The Miles Murphy videos I've seen, that's pretty cool. The Pat McAfee thing with Joe Burrow, that was pretty cool. I like that. And my last comment, because I did hear this when I cut out, is in regards to Greg's comment. Yes, getting the 1st pick for the Blue Jackets would have been nice, but you know what, though, where they are with the 3rd.
Sorry, Kev.
They said nope.
Well, I was going to say, not only did they improve the offensive line, but now fucking Joe Burrow's looking like Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yeah.
So good fucking luck once they get back there.
Dale, you guys.
Man's built like a brick shit house now.
Dale, as I texted you yesterday, man, you got to. I can't believe you guys haven't had headbands. You had headbands way before the whole Joe Burrow thing, man. Now you can't find them anywhere. You got to come out with your headband, bro.
Dude, like headbands aren't a readily available thing for our store. So
you got to make it happen, bro.
I don't know how we'd really do that. I know Matt had some that he was talking about buying. and maybe doing something with. What's up, Foxy?
Foxy.
guys.
How you doing?
Working over
Hey,
here.
Foxy, I just want to ask you a quick question, man. I know you said it on the draft show. But you being a big Clemson fan, how fired up were you when we got Miles Murphy?
I'm not a Clemson fan. I'm an Ohio State fan.
That's
I want
rowdy.
Walter Jones.
Oh, never mind then. Well, what do fans have to say about Miles Murphy around?
I'm excited about him.
Okay.
All right, who in the chat usually? I think it's Jolly. Like you're slipping again, Greg. You better say it. Jolly's slipping again.
But I'm over here working at the Amish NASCAR track.
Sounds fun.
Amish NASCAR track.
Good old Churchill Downs. I hate this place. I just figured I'd jump on and let you know, Dale, that I'll be off work in time to join the show on Friday if you need me to.
Yeah, through 3:30.
Yep. I'm getting off work at 2, so I should be home by 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
I
don't-
Be ready.
Iceman doesn't seem likely. These two are going to be hanging out with Orlando Brown and Ted Karras. So, yeah, I'll try to find us maybe another person or two. But, yeah. And just remind me, you got my cell phone number too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So text me and make sure I send you a link.
Will do. I had Greg's number, but from where he sent me my hat, because it was on the package, but I threw the box away, so I don't have Greg's number no more.
I'll put it in the chat.
I
Yeah.
got to back to you the next day. This is what I get.
Thanks, Matt. Get your shit together, Greg.
No, see, I seen it, and I was like, I'm just going to get on there and mess with Greg. I got your phone number now, Greg. I very seldom hit up Dale. Normally, it's
Yeah.
just to send pictures of me wearing my Beer Titty Can shirt.
Yeah. Foxy's the
Pics.
man.
But,
Hey, don't work too hard, brother, and definitely remind me for Friday because I'll definitely have you on, and it'll be me and you, and we'll see if anybody else joins or not.
yeah, I mean, I'm work hard. I'm the guy I'm working with is finishing up what we're doing. Then we're going to sit here till about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
There you go.
But have a good one, guys, and Who Day, and
Who day?
I'll see you guys Friday.
Good to see you,
Hey,
Foxy.
brother.
I'm gonna drive down there a little bit early, Dale, and you send me a thing, and I'll look it up in the parking lot. Yeah, good question, Fiji.
Yeah, good question.
When Jeff's kitchen's fucking done, maybe,
maybe.
and the kids graduated, and the party's over, and all the dust settles.
Yeah.
When all the fucking sawdust settles at fucking Jeff's house.
Because, I mean, I thought we were getting a little momentum with that show, having some fun, wild shows, some non-Bengals. Like,
It's like when the dogs are fucking, you turn the hose on them. Everything
our
stops.
zombie apocalypse, you know?
Yeah,
It was a good
we helped
episode.
save people's lives, Dale. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, the zombie apocalypse.
But if it does,
But if it does,
all you got to do is
people are
watch that
educated.
episode
That's
real
right.
quick.
Yeah,
You know what weapons he used, everything.
that's it, man.
Greg, you're being
Keep
awful
going.
quiet.
Oh no, I'm just letting you guys talk, man. I'm
Writing on something with a Sharpie.
Buddy,
Yeah, what-
I got high again, man. No, not off a roundup today, man, but just
I got high again.
I didn't get high off a roundup today again. I was
What kind of
cutting
grass you cutting?
No, I was weed whacking, cut, man. I was walking behind it. I was doing everything, man. I mean, dude, man, it was a nice day outside, but being out in the sun, man, oof, it can be a lot sometimes. But, trying to find stuff for the student workers do, trying to find them when they play hide and seek with me because I don't want to work. I'm just kidding. But, it's hard to be a babysitter at the same time getting work done, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, that'd be annoying. So they just don't want to work? These
No,
kids-
they do a good job working, but it's just like, it's like, I don't know where they take their breaks off at the school. It's like, okay, where are they at now? I got to find them stuff to do here. I mean, they're good help and all that, but it's just like, I got stuff that I have to do on my own. I can't take them with me on my lawnmower, man. It just doesn't work that way. They can't sit on my lap while I'm mowing.
Why not?
No, I feel like that would be inappropriate.
No, they can't do that, man.
I mean, they're over 18 now.
No, it's just, and on top of that, today at work, I forgot the battery was bad in the lawnmower, so I turned the lawnmower off quickly to take a little break. I'm like, oh, crap. So I had to go find security quickly before the day was over, and they had like a little jump start thing, and they jump started me, and everything worked out. But other than that, though, just another day at work.
Sounds like Greg didn't have a good day.
I know. I haven't had my day at work yet. I hope it goes just as good.
Well, no, there is one bit of good news though. Today, McDonald's, there was a 2 for $6 deal. You got 2 quarter pounds $2. So
Well,
You got to
all right.
find the good.
you always got to find the good. You just got to reach down in the pocket. I mean, like, you got to reach down in that pot. There's something good in there.
In the pot.
In the pot.
In the pot when you're doing the grass.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And,
With
just
a fucking college kid on your lap.
Yeah.
oh God. No.
Murdering ducks and fucking college kids.
No, funny
Greg
story.
Blucher story.
When I was driving to
With your
Kroger,
farmer's tan.
oh, a family of geese. There was 2 geese and the four little, and I have a video. I was going to send it to you guys.
All he wanted to do was
I
murder.
bet he drove like a
No,
motherfucker trying to
I
catch
thought
some
about-
geese.
I thought about saying that to you guys, like, oh, Greg, I
What
bet
about
you want to
murdering
run
him?
those geese, don't you? What?
You thought about murdering Pork Chop. You heard him.
And that's why the kid can't be with him.
No, I
No
did
witness.
see 2 ducks.
They had to kill the kid.
No,
Yeah.
I did see 2 ducks today. One of the ducks looked very similar to the one duck that I
Excuse me, kid. Can you get off my lap and go check something right in front of the mower?
Yeah.
Something seems to be stuck right there.
And then there was a foot on the side.
Yeah.
Shout out to my 2 student workers. They do a good job. It's just like, it's hard doing 2 things at once. You guys know what that's like at all?
What's that? Having student
Doing 2
workers?
things at once.
Doing 2 students at once?
No, doing 2 things at once. Getting your work done and trying to find stuff for them to
Working
do.
it on 2 students at once? What's he saying? I've
I-
never worked it on 2 students at once, Greg. I've never
Pork
been
Chop,
that.
I'm so glad you're not like one of my informants and all that, because if I gave you the info and you took it the wrong way, I'd be in trouble.
Either that or we'd be buddies. Maybe I'd want to do the 2 students
Troubles.
with you.
Ugh.
Oh, we have some news from today. The preseason game.
Oh, yeah.
is August 11th. Is that
It's
right?
at your favorite time too, Dale. You
You're gonna
can't
be
wait to
there?
get down here for that game late.
Yeah, 7 p.m. late.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Dale, you're not coming?
No, I plan on going.
Yeah. It's just not at his ideal time is 1 p.m.
Well,
for
Dale,
a preseason game.
I like
Well-
my 1 p.m.s too, but it's not going to happen anymore, buddy. You heard what they said. Don't get used to it.
What day is it? September 11th?
100%, Matt. He's 100% a serial killer. We just don't know it yet.
Well, I do eat cereal, so I do kill a lot of cereal. I do eat cereal, so.
So would you say you're a serial killer?
Serial killer.
Well, if you mean killing food as in eating it, and I do eat cereal at times, then yes, I do,
Cereal, ducks,
I love
students.
wheat check. I love a good bowl of wheat checks, so I do kill a lot of wheat checks.
Didn't you say like Chex Mix is one of your favorite cereals?
No, wheat checks.
Nothing says fucking serial killer like Wheat Chex being your favorite cereal. They
Well-
got fucking Captain Crunch, Trix, Fruity Pebbles. You know what I'm saying? Lucky Charms. You're going fucking Wheat
You
Chex.
basically could get like cookies that are considered cereal. They'll be like
That's
cookies in there.
halfway
That's like
deep.
growing up at your fucking grandma's house. Like, we're having cereal today, kid.
No, my grandma
Wheat
was
Chex.
not raised.
It's a
my
bowl of
grandma-
oatmeal.
Yeah.
I'm a cream of wheat guy, by the way.
Oh,
over-
fucking cream of wheat, too. Cream of wheat and fucking Wheat Chex.
You probably don't even like peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You just like peanut butter sandwiches.
No. My brother always tells me you're like an old man and all that. Like he's like, because like he
But
says,
you a lot of applesauce, too.
I do like applesauce.
There you go.
Well, no, when I'm on the broth diet, when I get like a bad case of diarrhea, yeah, I have to eat applesauce.
He gets a bad case of diarrhea.
You know what the broth diet is? That's where
Oh
you're
my God, my grandparents are all dead. So if I need any of that old home remedy shit, I'm gonna call you, Greg.
Yeah, he's
You could be
number
my
one.
grandma. You're my new grandma.
No, is oatmeal cookies considered an old person's
Do you
thing?
want to be a grandma, a meemaw, or a granny? Which one should I refer to you as?
Is oatmeal cookies considered an old person's food?
Yes, meemaw Luther.
Meemaw.
Don't say that ever again.
Get him a custom Meemaw jersey.
Yeah. Meemaw Luther.
Savage Meemaw. Big Savage
Talking
Meemaw.
talking about serial killing and talking about old people. Wow, this is way.
You
This
eat
is-
grapefruit too? You cut a grapefruit in half and eat
I
it?
hate grapefruit. I will throw it out the window in the trash can.
Oh,
What about Ensure?
The hell is that?
Yeah.
Boost, Ensure.
You'll be on it soon enough.
Yeah, he will soon
Yeah.
enough.
It's your next
It
stop.
comes
You
shortly after the fucking wheat checks and applesauce.
Yeah. Well, if I'm getting old, I do have lower back issues at times, but no, other than that, though, I'm fine.
That's just from all the butt sex.
That's right.
I had to go down that road.
Maybe if you just do one student at a time, your back won't hurt so much.
Yeah. Stop doing 2 students at
Yeah.
once.
Usually,
Got
they
a one student limit on that back.
usually they always hire us one student, and usually in the past years it's always been like part-time, but like one of the guys is off for a couple weeks because his wife just had a baby and all that and stuff, so they hired 2 students, and I'm like, oh great. So one of those deals, like I said, no, they do a good job working, but like I say, man, it's just like, I'm not a babysitter, but that's what I get put into at times.
Okay.
Yeah, they sit on your lap.
That's
No.
right.
And
So,
so,
what do you want for Christmas? This
Right.
boner?
Let's talk about the first thing that pops up.
no, they do it. Like I said, they do a good job though. But yeah, like I said, being out in the sun all day can be rough. I'm not like you guys that get to be inside in the nice air conditioning all day. It doesn't work that way with me.
Yeah, well, hey. Then again, I don't get to do 2 students while I'm at work. I mean, so who's winning? Yeah, you're outside. I'm inside staring at a computer. The most I get to do is wrestle with people when they get all frisky and want to fight us.
Yeah. But yeah, when
I'm on my lap and ride around on a
And you're
vibrating mower.
doing 2 college students at one
Yeah.
time.
I'm not doing nothing, man. I
You
find
got them on your lap. That vibration of that mower. Come on, man.
the only thing the funny thing is, they're like, well, they can't use weed whackers. They can't do this. They can't drive a truck. They can't drive a gator. I'm like, well, you're giving me plenty of options here. So
They just can only use their hands.
That's right.
no, and I say fine.
They got to be whacking with
Hey,
the weed.
no. Well, if there's one thing I'm not like,
They got to fight hand-on jobs.
There you go. Hands on.
Oh, I just make them mulch all day, and mulching is one of my least favorite things.
Is that what you call it?
But no, I just have them mulch all day.
It's like
That's
in movie
right.
theater, you cut a hole in the bottom of the thing and you put your dick in the popcorn, but instead
Yep.
you put your dick
In the bottom of the mulch bag.
Yeah.
Get your hand in there. Get your hand
Well,
in
for-
there.
Get in there and get your handful of
Don't
that
get-
mulch.
Yeah,
Well,
get
for
a handful of
information-
that mulch, son.
We order the mulch from a company. We don't get them in bags. We just have dump a pile of mulch. I give them a wheelbarrow, 2 pitchforks, and go.
So you got to lay down under the
Yeah.
pile before it's
You
even-
lay in the mulch naked.
And how long do you end up staying there for? Like weeks?
What?
You got like a straw or something that sticks out the end of the mulch so you can breathe.
Oh man, they dumped the mulch. I said, "Here's the wheelbarrow, 2 pitchforks." I get the tractor out there at times, put the mulch out on all the islands out there. I said, "Take your time, mulch all you want."
Mulch.
Mulch. That's what I have them do. Mulch.
Mulch.
Hey,
Well, Greg, I fucking love this. Me and Porch was having one conversation, and Greg is still straight laced just talking about his job. And that is quality. That is quality last 15
no,
minutes.
I'm
of
not
the
saying
show.
it's bad or anything. No,
No, Greg, you're the fucking best, man.
Yes.
about that, man. But no. Like I say, man. Like I said, being outdoors has ups and downs. But I forget to put sunscreen on. Sometimes I pay the price. Maybe
Yeah, but they all. But hey,
I need to take my shirt off so I don't have a
You
farm.
can have the student workers put the
That's right.
sunscreen on.
they can rub sunscreen on your nipples while you're riding around on that tractor. As long as they're on your lap, Greg, you might as well have them doing something.
No, I just like to be off on my own, cut the grass, and be done. But it is what it is.
Said
Yep.
you got to be big boss man.
No, I know. Like I say, they do a good job, and I'm thankful for you. I don't complain about getting extra help, but it's just like explain
What do you need us to do, Daddy?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How are you going to put our hands to use today, Greg?
Yeah.
No, it's like pulling, whether it's pulling weeds. I mean, I had to do it when I started out as a student. I had to
Pulling
pull
weeds.
weeds. I had to do all this stuff. I mean, it's not being mean or anything. It's just that's how it goes.
It's the
It's not bad
cycle.
if they pull one off.
Buddy, I've been there for I've been there for 15 years and all that. Hell, I could retire. I could retire barely when I'm 50 years old, man. And what am I going to do then?
You don't have to invite the students over to your house.
You're going to go back as a student worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start back from the
You're going to go to college and become
I'll
a
go back to
student worker.
college. I can't go to college for free there, so maybe I'll do that. I'll start all over again as a 50-year-old student or something. I don't know.
Ain't nothing wrong with being 50 years old, Greg. You're already there with your fucking wheat checks, applesauce, and fucking Cream of wheat. You already got good practice. Fuck, I'm going to get tips from you when I turn 80.
I'm trying to think. Okay, you guys are really going to call me old. I actually do like cottage cheese. That's a pretty old person's thing.
You go mall
I don't know
walking?
if that's an old person's thing or that's just like it's just gross.
You ever been walking around the mall?
I mean, yeah, I've walked around the mall, sure. But
In a tracksuit.
No.
With your white shoes?
No, man, I wear white shoes. No.
Power walking.
You'll
through the
get
mall.
there. You'll
Yeah.
get there, Greg.
That's all right. That's what he does when he retires at 50.
That's right.
Yeah, no, but that should be a new topic for Belly Up to the Bar. What should Greg do when he retires at 50? I'm just kidding. We're not doing that.
Well, when we have another episode in the year 1357.
Well, when Pork Chop's done with this, when we're done with this kitchen, I mean, not Pork Chop, Jeff.
My kitchen does need redone.
There you go.
You just hire someone to do it, though, right?
Yeah, I would just hire somebody. I'd take out a home equity loan and hire somebody to do it.
Yeah.
That's the plan in the future.
Fucking Jeff, he just has all these fucking. He's got how many people's in that video putting that island in. He had like 7 people.
Yeah, hey, I know how to.
I think it's where his dad owns that rental property business. Like all those people that work for that business. Like Jeff's like,
Yep.
oh, get over here and do shit at my house.
Over to Jeff's house.
Yeah.
Yep. Haul
Yeah.
that island in there.
Yeah, near the end of the day, when I get done mowing, I got to get in the truck, go back, get all the equipment I left for him, and drive the truck back, get the wheelbarrow off. And I got the wheelbarrow off, and dude, it's fun. Maybe you guys should come and be my student workers. I could.
Jesus
Dale,
Christ, I think he's hitting on us.
Dale, you can come work for me in the right now, man. Be my assistant.
Who gets to sit on your lap first, me or Dale?
You're not sitting on nobody's lap.
I want to feel the vibration.
Right.
It's such a good vibration.
Now, is it a big tractor?
You want to see it? I'll take a picture of the tractor one of these days. Send it to you. I drive a John Deere tractor at times.
Yeah, show us your big tractor, Greg.
I want to see
I
a
have
big
a diesel.
tractor.
Yeah.
I operate the 4-wheel drive diesel. I mean, so you know.
Ooh. 4-wheel drive diesel, man. Come on, now you get me going.
Mm. Fuck yeah.
Keep talking about that diesel. That 4-wheel drive.
What's up? You're
tractor.
supposed to go off here by 4:30.
Oh yeah, I gotta go. It's true,
You
man.
better. Well,
Well, I love you boys.
time flies when you're having fun.